namaste, welcome, and many blessings to you. All right, so let's flow with it. Paradigm shifting, pattern releasing, freeing your mind and your soul. Also got to work with the container of your body. All right, so basically, we just want to talk about shifting from fear-based living to love-based living. And those can be little things. You fear that, let's say you haven't exercised in a long time, and you fear that you'll experience lots of pain and be out of breath, and it'll be so hard when you get back to exercising, or if you haven't exercised before. That's okay. That's just your fear. Fear, from what I've heard, is false evidence appearing as real. Well, it's false evidence. So that should calm your mind down enough, right? To get out of it. This fear you're having, this blockage, this reason you can't live your purpose, and you excuse things that you really don't resonate doing with, oh, I got to because I've got to do this, I've got to do this, if I don't do this, I won't be able to do this, if I don't do this job, I won't be able to eat. What about the universe's abundant supply? What about the ability of laws of attraction? What about the chance that you could give yourself if you just let the pattern shift? Takes one to know one. Takes one to speak of it. When we get on here, we're speaking of our experiences. Not something that is like, sounds cool, but we don't know anything about. For several months, I've really focused on shifting patterns. And I noticed there'll be like 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. This is where love comes in. It's okay if yesterday you were like on fire with it, shifting paradigms, really, and that's just a fancy word. They're bigger collective energies, and they are shifting. As a collective, we are shifting. But that starts from within. So something like fear shifting to love, meaning like you have a calling to, everybody has a purpose. Like, yeah, there may be some who are called to help people wake up and find their purpose. Okay, but the other people are still to wake up and find their purpose just the same. So we all have a purpose. And in order to get to that free-flowing, abundant love frequency, we have to transition from fear frequency to love frequency. And maybe some parts of the day it's fear, some parts are love, but basically the thing is, let's get down to the patterns, let's get down to the roots. If you're looking for abundance but don't have it, what are your fears? Get a journal out. Get a video recorder. Talk to a friend. Whatever. But get those creepy crawlers out. As ugly and as vulnerable as it may feel to get them out. Oh, for the goodness of love, get them out. I'll be honest with you, I put myself in vulnerable situations all the time. I was in one this morning. You know, it's like the fear I talk too much. So then worrying about talking too much, I'm talking triple the amount I normally would. It's just funny how that works. Now, if I say you have the gift of communication, when I was talking to myself in love frequency the other day, I was like, you have the gift of communication, it's okay. I was quiet all day long because I was really centering and channeling. So to shift, we have to really like get a journal out, go see a friend, whatever. Get out the fears that you have. I fear that like I'm not smart enough. I fear that I'm not capable enough to carry finance. I feel whatever, let's just say, you know, in my case, I'll be honest with you, I fear, or thought that I didn't, but in a little bit of essence I do. I fear that when I flow and follow like the connection to God, that I'm not fully understood, or sometimes like it's like having a gift of being sensitive sometimes feels like other people think it's kind of a burden to them, like you're hypersensitive, emotional, you channel high frequency communication really fast, you know, and all this stuff, and it's like I'm not able to be like normal. Whatever that is, which it doesn't exist to me. So it's like, I just like, you know, whatever is passion of the moment. So we want to take that passion and we want to motivate that with intention. So, but we also don't want to neglect and live in fear that we can't actually look at, like, just ignore that yucky and go straight into, you're gifted, you're wonderful, you're amazing. That sounds good and it's here on the surface working fine, but is it going to the deep-rooted stuff? So you go into the deep-rooted stuff and then you can bring it up for clarity, bring it to the light. So just simple, you know, write on a journal, talk to a friend or do a video or something where you get it out. And look really deep inside and confess and release what are the fears you're having. And then after you write down your fears, bring in third perspective. For example, there are a lot of unique individuals in this planet who are tapped into multidimensional and spiritual consciousness. I am not alone. I am understood and I am loved and I am worthy. So I started this whole like exercise where I put my hands over my heart and I tell my heart it's worthy, that it has a purpose, that it's love, that it's okay to embrace this day. And I even do this new thing that I'm heart to heart with my partner and he's doing it too. We're heart to heart with each other. It's a process. See, that's the thing. You keep up with it. It is a process. It takes some time when releasing patterns. So let's just start with identifying what the fears are. And then you can start like, if you're like, I feel I'm not worthy enough for love. Okay, then here's an example. You put your hands over your heart. You tell your heart you are worthy of love. And then you do this as a routine until it gets into your subconscious mind and you actually believe it. Because I'm not going to give you some sugar coat. You just take a deep breath and you're blissed out. Not if you have deep-rooted stuff and patterns. Not if for 15, 20 years of your life you've been living unconsciously, just going off of what people say you should do, or feeling, you know, or just doing what other people do because it's what people do and you don't even know your true self. These are not the places where taking one deep breath and you're all solved and all resolved and in bliss. Like, let's be real. It's work. It's inner work. So, like, imagine this is going to unlearn school. We go to school to learn, and then we go to spiritual life to unlearn school. Just kidding. There are some beautiful, beautiful things about education. I'm just being silly. I'm just talking about unlearning patterns. So basically, as you recreate a new pattern to replace the emptiness of that old pattern, like feeling like fear is an emptiness. If it's false evidence appearing as real, then it's not solid and it's not real. So you put something real in there instead. So if you're like, I don't feel worthy, I don't feel heard, I don't feel love, and then you know, this is the exercise I'm doing. You find whatever works. For some reason, I'm getting a strong, like, intuitive message to put out there is like, write a journal or do a video or just confess it to someone. Call someone you feel comfortable with. Like, do you have a few minutes? Do you have time? Like, so that you don't even put a limitation on time on yourself, to let me just sort of vent out some of my fears that have been pent up for a long time. And if you have someone who's really close to you, be like, absolutely, I'm totally there for you. And then if you feel inspired, you can also release your fears. Or just write it in a journal. So maybe you don't necessarily always have someone who's open for that. So I did a lot of journaling. Then take those fears and find clarity in them, okay? So that's scary, scary beast. I don't feel worthy. Look at it. But everybody's worthy. And everyone deserves to be loved, and I am not alone. Confront the fear with the truth. I don't feel I'm smart enough or whatever. But you can always read more books. You can study. There's so many tools out there to learn. You can learn more. If you really, really want to, you can set an intention to do just anything your heart desires. So then you can come back and give it truth. Okay, so that's like shining the light on ignorance, basically. It's just very ignorant. So you want to come in and you want to shine the light on it. And also in a comforting way, like, like I hold my heart because I'm sensitive. So to be like, get over it, you're totally worthy, is not a good way for me to go. Or like, okay, just move on for the day. No, because moving on for the day and not letting it out is actually suppressing it, making it worse for me. So if I can address it, then hold my heart and be like, you were worthy, and then let whatever comes up be addressed. That's okay. That's what I want to get the message out here. It's okay. It's okay to let it come up to surface. Then what you can do is, after you've done all that and you've got all the fears out, personally, this is just randomly coming to me, set it on fire. Set the list, if you have a piece of paper, if you have a video. Yeah, maybe best to just not put this on anybody else. Maybe do it on video or do it on a journal. Erase the video and say, my fears have now been replaced with love. Take the piece of paper, catch it on fire, put it in a fire pit, whatever. My fears have now been replaced with love. So all that vanishes, and then create a new pattern. I'm going every morning, holding my hands over my heart and tell me how worthy I am. Tell my heart that it's worthy, that it's loved, and that it's heard. And it's respected for what it has to say. So just a little something, because it's very thick in shifting patterns. Like, because on one surface the outside's changed for me, which I was like, whoa, total victory, which is great. I addressed it and the outside started to change. But there's a deeper way of going to the root. So what I realized this morning in meditation is we want to address what the root is and then remove it. So in this way, if you can address the fear and then like erase it or burn it and then free it, whatever resonates with you, but just basically wash it away, maybe even pour water on it so the words drip away, whatever resonates with you, or paint over it, paint a heart over it on the piece of paper, just whatever, get creative, get imaginative, but basically freeing it and giving yourself permission to bring it up and out, address it, identify it, and then say you're replacing it with love. And then what that does is that allows the universe to understand that you want healing. Not even want, that you are bringing in healing, you are bringing in love, and you're bringing in higher frequency. And you're basically setting the intention with a small practical exercise to shift. You are basically saying, universe, I'm ready. I'm ready to shift these paradigms from fear to love. I hope this has helped. I probably have more ongoing deep-rooted stuff, but this just kind of exercise I just wanted to share. It's a little simple thing. You can even get creative and find your own exercises. But the point is to address the root, release it, shift from fear-based living into love. It's transformational, and it's beautiful, and it's blessed. Thank you so much for listening, and many, many, many blessings to you. Remember, we are worthy, we are loved, and we are one. Blessings.